Good morning. It's way too early with Dan and Craig. I'm Dan.
For Shizzle. I'm Craig. Faux
I'm
Shizzle.
glad you stopped there, because if you continued, the show would be canceled.
My
Nope.
faux.
You're watching Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig, your sunrise reminder that things could get worse, so laugh at them while you still can.
Yay!
Thank you. Please hold your applause. Sharon's already in the chats, and she says this may have been a bad idea. I'm not sure what she's referring to. Probably the morning wine, but it might be this show existing in the morning at all, because that's how I feel every time you text me and say, hey, you remember how we do that show that we talked about last night?
Yes. It's like, hey, get up. And you're like, and then like, it takes you so long to respond that I almost fall back.
That's not what I said. What did I say in response?
The show is gay. Show is very gay.
That's right. Why do we do this to ourselves, Craig?
Shannon's taking your green screen away.
She can try. Craig, you're carrying the show today because you brought both the articles, and I had other things that I can stall with if you need me to, but you can just do the thing if you want.
What do I need you to stall for?
I don't know. Sounds like you didn't have anything ready when I mentioned this before we hit record.
Ready ever.
Well, that would be why I might need to stall for a bit. Did you see that new Power Rangers trailer?
There's a new Power Rangers trailer?
Yeah, I think it's coming to Netflix or something, and it's like the original cast, and it's made to look like the original. It's cheesy as shit. Well, it's not all the original cast. No.
Jail, and some of them are dead.
It's just the sober geriatrics fighting off puppets.
Interesting. No, yeah. I did not see that.
Well, if you're ready, we can talk about your thing.
Oh, I've been ready.
Okay. Then we'll do that.
Okay. So things to get canceled over these days. It's getting ridiculous. Okay, there's the Power Rangers. Is that the old one or is that the new one?
This is new.
No, that's not new.
It is new.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Mississippi news anchor pulled off air after quoting Snoop Dogg.
I mean, I feel like before we get into this is Mississippi. So much worse could have been said than what this woman said. I mean, you're talking the deep South.
Yeah.
She could have said something like literally racist, but they're throwing fits about that. Like, it's just getting to the point where it's just like let's just find things to get mad about. Let's like actually look for things, because
I've never heard anybody be I've never heard anybody ever be upset about the word Nizzle. Seriously.
I know.
Like it's like it's what is it? Not abbreviation, but like what's the word?
Euphemism.
No, but it's like replacement word for a replacement word for a replacement word at this point. Like it's like being mad that somebody said the word darn because it's
euphemism.
A derivative. Sure. Euphemism. I guess it doesn't sound right, but carry on.
Okay. Well, it is right. It's definitely right, but I know you don't read books, but yeah. Now, saying that though, it's like sitting here today saying I've never heard anybody get upset about the use of the word Nizzle. Probably 20 years ago, there was probably a guy sitting on a show, like a morning news show or like a morning talk show. Like, I've never heard anybody get mad over the word beep,
right.
Like the actual N-word. He's like, what's everybody so mad about that I said the N-word? Nobody's ever got mad about that before. So I don't know. Maybe it's because we're white. Who knows?
I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I should say this on the air, but I used to. There may have been times in my life where I said the faux shizzle my nizzle, but said it in the most white accent and instead said faux sugar my Because it's hilarious. Come on.
Obviously, you're not gonna finish that one.
Just a very out of touch white man is what I was going for. And I'm sure some people would say that since I said that I was a very out of touch white man, and that also might be the case. But
Well, this very
it
out
could
of
be
touch
it could be
white
worse,
woman.
guys.
So Mississippi news anchor got pulled off the air after quoting Snoop Dogg, faux shizzle. And it's hilarious. The hilarious part about it is this isn't the first time this has happened to this woman.
Oh dear. Is she like the white Whoopi Goldberg?
She is yeah, pretty much. No, she's who's that white cooking lady that got taken down for being so white?
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember her name.
Yeah. I don't either.
Not Martha
Anyway.
Stewart, but close.
Yes. It's the one that cooks with alcohol all the time.
Yes, the elderly alcohol stroke Martha Stewart.
Yes. It's like Sharon if she was like 30 years old.
Muddy Waters Media says, "My God, how are you all awake and coherent enough to work right now?" We're not. That's what this show is.
We're not coherent and we're not working.
We have neither. We have never been awake, coherent, or working at this time. We just hit record and see what happens.
Shannon says Paula Dean. Yes.
There you go.
Shannon.
She would know. That's where she got all her cooking recipes.
Mississippi Morning News veteran anchor Barbie Bassett, of course her name, has been pulled from the air after using Snoop Dogg's popular phrase, faux shizzle, my nizzle. You know, she said it as white as possible, too. It wasn't like, shizzle, my nizzle. It was like, faux shizzle, my nizzle. While discussing Snoop Dogg's... No, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Are you sure? Oh, that's a... Yep. Nah, screw it.
Because Jesus Christ is my nigga.
All right. Anyway, you were saying?
Is this on your channel or just mine?
Yes. It's on both.
While discussing Snoop Dogg's latest venture into the California wine market, Snoop Cali Blanc, so his latest wine, I guess, Bassett and her colleagues at NBC affiliate WLBT traded jokes about the new beverage line. At one point, co-anchor Wilson Stribling floated the idea that a newsroom journalist may get a tattoo like Martha Stewart inspired by Snoop Dogg. Bassett gleefully responded, faux shizzle, my nizzle, seemingly unaware that nizzle is slang for the N-word. And the N-word is slang for another N-word. And
right.
Like you were saying, it's slang for slang for slang for slang.
Yeah.
Standing at the far end of the desk, meteorologist Patrick Ellis appeared shocked by the comment. There she is.
Like, when I hear somebody say faux shizzle, my nizzle, like, to me, I don't even hear an N-word in there. It's just a thing from a song that Snoop Dogg said once. It doesn't even compute as being, maybe that's my out-of-touch whiteness, but
maybe out-of-touch whiteness didn't know for many, many years that that's what nizzle actually meant. For many years. I think I was shocked to find out that's what it meant. And just like her, I guess. Says Bassett did not return to the anchor desk after the March 8th incident. So they fired her for this. They freaking fired her for being out of touch and white. They're like, you didn't know this? How did you not know this? You're fired.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Meanwhile, Whoopi Goldberg gets her spot back like 24 hours later after it's saying whatever she feels like saying. Like, you know, the Holocaust had nothing to do with race and stuff like that.
Oh, obviously. Bassett, who is white, they capitalize white as well.
I mean, I would assume, based on the context of this story. But by the way, I meant to ask: is there a video for this? Because I want to see the clip where they're like, "Oh, you can't say nizzle on the air."
Bassett, who is white, also tweeted that phrase in 2011, but the post has since been deleted. So she likes to use this phrase for being white. This is not the first time she has found herself at the center of a controversy. In October of 22, Bassett, who was that channel's first ever chief meteorologist, apologized after using the phrase grandmammy while speaking with a black female reporter who she also called girl and sis.
Okay.
So there's a black female reporter there, and she said the word grandmammy, which I didn't realize that was only allowed for black people to use.
I mean,
And she
grandmammy does sound like a little bit condescending. Like, oh, did you see your grandmammy last night? Like, come on.
I guess, maybe. And called her girl and sis.
Unless the woman that she was talking to said the phrase grandmammy before that, and she was responding by saying, "Oh, your grandmammy."
There's not much context here surrounding this because, you know, these could have been like friends and stuff on the side. She'd be like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" And they're like, "You can't talk to her like that. That's because she's. Are you talking to her like that because she's black? No, she's my girl."
It depends on how she delivered it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I said. We're missing a lot of context.
If it's like some old white lady and she walks in, she's like, "What up, girl? Faux shizzle, my nizzle. Did you see your grandmammy last night?" Yeah, it's a bit much.
That's probably what happened, most likely, looking at this woman. But
I have breaking news, Craig. I have breaking news here. I have something here.
Oh, you have it.
Let's watch.
Before we know it, she'd have a Snoop Dogg tattoo on her shoulder.
For shizzle, my nizzle.
I'm telling you. Julie, what you think about that?
Did you see the guy on the right's face?
I'm telling you. Julie, what you think about that?
He's like, nope. Nope.
Out right there.
Yep, and guess who weighed in on this controversy?
Oh, of course. Yes, perfect.
Worlds collide. Let's see what.
know why she's been fired, but I do know that people have to understand that sometimes stuff comes out of folks' mouths, and you might want to start with, "Hey, maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to say," as opposed to "You're out."
Yeah.
Hey,
so Whoopi actually defended her.
Well, Whoopi's had quite the change of because Whoopi knows. She knows. She's like, "What? How dare this woman? She should be fired." Whoopi knows that the internet trolls will rain down on her with the fire of hell.
Whoopi's be like, "I get this grandmammy. She's
yeah,
shitstorm's coming her way." And this lady certainly doesn't have Whoopi Goldberg status where she's, getting a slap on the wrist and coming back tomorrow.
She's a local reporter, and she's
Have
fired.
a Snoop Dogg tattoo on her shoulder.
For shizzle, my nizzle.
I'm telling you.
She even says it with a southern accent. For shizzle, my nizzle.
They're from Mississippi. They have southern accents.
Right.
That's what at first I was thinking about the guy. I was like, the guy's not doing much better because he's like, "Come back with the tattoo on my." And then I was like,
Right.
wait, they're from Mississippi. That's just their accent.
Right.
Um,
Anyway,
Charlamagne the God even came out and said she might not even know what Nizzle means. Come on, that's not a reason to fire that woman. And I can see Charlamagne the God coming out and being like, "Dude, that's fucking dumb. Why are you firing her?" But Whoopi was at first I was like shocked for half a second. Then I was like, no, I'm not that shocked because the only reason she is because she's like. She got a second chance at life, and she's like, I literally can't say anything about somebody slipping up on air.
Right.
Nothing. It's in my contract now.
Yes. I mean, it's been like 3 or 4 times in the last few months for Whoopi Goldberg, I feel like. So she's like, I get this woman. I get her.
Last month, so this is the first time things like this happen to white people. Last month, Megan Mangrum, an education journalist who joined the Dallas newspaper in 2022, claimed she was fired for using the term "bruh" in a tweet directed at Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson. She said, "Bruh
is offensive."
Yeah. Apparently that's offensive, and she got fired for that, for a Twitter post where she said "bruh." So you really got to start watching what you're tweeting because it's cultural.
Hold on, is bruh only for the black folk? Because I've heard mostly white people say bruh, and it's annoying.
Yeah, all you people out there, what is bruh? Does it derive? Maybe
You're asking all the white people.
I know.
I mean,
white people.
This word came from somewhere. Is it like black people get bruh and white people get brah? What's up, brah? Is that?
That's
I mean, that's Cali white folk, isn't it?
The most recent version of it I've heard on YouTube videos amongst the young, like the Generation Zers, is burr. They've shortened it even
Oof.
like bro too long. Bro
I'm
was
going
too
back to
long. So
brother.
shortened it to burr.
I'm going
Hey,
back to
burr, what's up?
brother man. Let's make it as long as possible.
What about brother? Can we say brother?
No.
No, can't say that one.
No, not with a hard A.
Okay.
Are we done here, Nizzle?
Yeah, I was just reading. Muddied Waters says Whoopi says Hitler wasn't racist. Goldberg, yes, that Whoopi.
Mm-hmm.
Muddied Waters, what are you doing up so early?
He's probably got a normie job that he has to go to.
What a bitch.
Yep.
So do I.
Yup. What a bitch.
Next on the list, because I mean, the world is just going to shit
Amazing.
and back.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the world is amazing. The world is so amazing. Now, this one is for all my libertarian friends out here, because this one, I mean, this is the best use of tax deductions I've ever heard of. Like, this is fucking genius. An OnlyFans creator is getting tax deductible breast implants.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does. I mean, it does.
It's your job. If it's work, it's work.
I commend this woman for finding everything to stick it to the tax man.
Yeah.
It's just like, look at these titties. You think I'd get these titties without my job? No, I got these titties for my job. Nobody, like my husband, doesn't even look at me, so I don't care if they look good for him. These
Gotta
are
make an
just
honest
two-
living around here.
Yeah, it's like, might as well. Can you write off like condoms for like porn?
I mean,
I
you should
feel
be able
like
to write off anything, I would imagine, if that's your line of work.
Brazilian waxes.
Sure.
I mean, I can keep going with this.
Fitness programs, like dietary supplements, any health thing.
You're like actually. Oh, okay. You're just doing normal things. I was just gonna keep getting like weirder and weirder.
I mean, if it is even like going PG with it, like if you're a model or something, does every single thing that you eat is that all tax deductible? Because it's all technically part of doing your job better. It's like buying new equipment, especially in this one.
She literally bought new equipment. What about getting like a reconstructive surgery down there when you're like blown out?
I mean that. Never mind.
I told you I could keep getting worse. After it was reported that an unnamed OnlyFans creator had claimed tax relief on breast enhancement surgery, the accountant who filed the return said she was surprised to see it making headlines. Why? I'm not surprised. I mean,
I want to see like all the tax write-offs. Like we've got people in the chats already saying
I know who this
KY
freaking
write-offs and toys and all sorts of things write-offs.
Yeah, just slam the comments full of all the most inappropriate.
That's great. Great for our YouTube channels. Just put all the sex toys in our chats. That'll help, I'm sure, with the algorithm.
Vibrators, pocket pussies. Rachel Martin runs a chartered certified practice with her husband James and says, as her client list is not limited to content creators, she is not used to media attention. I want to know, I want this accountant or whoever this accountant. This accountant's a genius. She's like, this lady comes to her and she's like, look, it's getting really expensive, all this upkeep. What can you do? And she's like, well, I mean, we can start writing the shit off on taxes. And she's like, that's not possible. And she's like, probably not, but let's try it. Like, to have the balls to put this on a tax form is commendable to me.
Yeah. As a libertarian, I mean, I don't respect the occupation, but as long as you are doing that occupation, I respect sticking it to the man, at least.
Vagoplasty? I mean,
our tax dollars go towards like transgender reassignment surgeries for soldiers and jail people, prisoners. So tax deductible I'm perfectly fine with, as long as you're not making me pay for her boob job. I'm more
True.
okay with that than I am with the other thing.
OnlyFans is a subscription-based website where you pay a monthly fee to access content from creators. It's where women go and take their clothes off. You can just say it. It's not exclusively a platform for adult content.
Yes, it is.
Yes. But Rachel's client is involved in the industry.
It also has very failed people on there that don't make money.
It's true.
Showing
true.
you like I don't know. I've actually never been to the website, but I've heard other people say, "Well, I've got an OnlyFans, but it's not what you think." It's like, then why are you on OnlyFans? Like there are other platforms to do other things.
Right. Or just set up like a GoFundMe or something if you want to just tell people to give you money.
Right.
It was described as the first known case of its kind. Sounds like a disease. But the BBC has spoken to another OnlyFans creator who claimed cosmetic dental work and breast implants successfully as a business expense in her tax return. So now dental work as well. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you don't want those freaking buck teeth when, I mean, never mind. Those using the website do not qualify as employees, so are required to submit self-employed tax returns and can therefore claim back business expenses. Rachel tells the BBC this is an exceptional case and says, coupled with content creation being pretty new in the eyes of the HMRC, it has been quite complicated to work on.
Mhm.
Yeah, how much is she charging this woman to do those tax forms? Because I know when you have somebody do your tax forms, it's like, oh, you have a second W-2? That'll be another $200 for me to type in this one cost on there, this one line. So yeah, just to do this workaround to get like what, $1,000 back. I don't know how much are breast implants. $10,000. She probably charged her $5,000 just to get that workaround. She says
Machete-ish Records says Dan should write off his emo music for research purposes, and that's not a bad idea. I'm gonna do that.
It's not. You should write off your eyeliner too.
My eyeliner and like any amount of time spent applying the eyeliner, and
Which is a lot.
Yeah. To get it as perfect as I do, take some time.
Says despite some successful claims, it is very unlikely that a non-health related operation would be an allowable expense when calculating profits. But Rachel says she stuck to the guidelines around expensing items that would directly improve how much her client could make. The criteria for this specific client was that improving her appearance would increase her income, which has since been evident. You can really, like, by that standard, improving her appearance, like literally anything
at all.
Makeup, clothing, hair dye.
Like I said, dietary supplements, or like having a fitness instructor, or like literally anything that makes you look, or potentially makes you look slightly better.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
I mean, we're following the guidelines.
I bought a treadmill. That's a tax write-off because I'm making myself look better for work.
It's true. It says, James added, the thing people aren't understanding with this type of breast augmentation, they think it's perfectly normal surgery, but this wasn't a normal operation. This has put them in a niche.
No,
So,
it's not a normal operation to get a boob job.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
It's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird. So basically, it's like this put her in a new level, all on her. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
A league of her own.
A league of her own. I mean, them are some big titties. I'll say that.
Now, if she kept going, like, I mean, she could keep going, keep reconstructing all day long, and
yeah, she could just keep going up and down.
Like,
put them in, put them out, put them in, take them out, put them in, take them out, and just keep claiming on taxes.
That is also the descriptor for her job as well.
That's her channel name.
That's right.
Rebecca Goodwin.
With Rebecca Goodwin.
Rebecca Goodwin, 29, has been an OnlyFans adult content creator for 4 years and tells the BBC she had breast enlargement surgery in 2020 to improve her income on the site. I wouldn't have had a boob job if it wasn't for doing this. I was feeling quite insecure and had to meet people's beauty standards. No, you don't have to.
Nope.
Like
You don't even have to be doing the job that you're doing.
but somebody will find you, and somebody will find. Like there are people.
Have you
there's
seen
somebody
the
for
internet?
every
It's not very
Yeah.
picky.
No, it's not at all. I mean, I don't know which size she was before, but I don't think she had to meet certain people's beauty standards because, I mean, it's 2023. How many people like this isn't 1980 where everybody's like, get fucking beach balls on
Right.
your fronts.
We want a Pamela
I think,
Anderson.
yeah, I mean, I don't think that's in anymore. Maybe it is. Maybe
I'm not a fan.
we're
I'm not a fan.
I'm
not
not
gonna lie.
at all. Let's see. Rebecca, who is not a client of Rachel and James Martin, said her accountant recognized instantly that the surgery she paid for could be classed as an expense when she filed her tax returns in 2021. What did they recognize? She walked in the door and they're like, tax breaks.
Got 2 big old tax breaks right here.
Can you imagine?
I call them my money
Yeah.
bombs.
No, it was James Martin that brought it up. He's like, you walked in the door and all I could see was these 2 giant tax breaks.
Deductions.
Clearly. No, these aren't deductions. These are the opposite of these are enhancements.
That's true. That's true.
That was the part that shocked me the most. That cosmetic surgery comes under this as an expense. Rebecca, who is a single mom with 2 young children, says before her surgery, she made $12,000 a month. But that jumped
Is
to
that all?
$34,000 a month after debuting her new look. So yeah, she had
Respect
to
the
meet
grind. It's a hard
had to
world
meet
out there.
tough beauty standards out there because she was only making $12,000 a month before.
Damn. I'm in the wrong line of work.
You need to get titties.
I'm working on it.
She says
It's a natural way, though.
Yes.
I'm not a fraud like this bitch.
She says it's important that people don't see this as an incentive to get into the industry just to have cosmetic surgery. Like, don't go get on OnlyFans just to get free titties, guys.
Don't go stealing my idea because that causes more, competition for me. To the beach ball loving guys out there.
I do think there should be guidelines, although I don't think anyone would
Do you like
go
my
to
green monster? I've been noticing it every time I take a drink, but it's see-through because of the green screen. It's pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet. I can
Anyway.
barely see it. You're a tiny little image there.
That's the point. Here. Cheers.
That's better. That's awesome.
Anyway, you were saying?
Is that how we're like, we're done with this? We're done.
Yes. No, this
think
is how we transition out of that one. We just watched the Power Rangers trailer because it's awesome. It's not going to play. What were you saying?
I don't know.
We're doing great.
Entering the industry has completely changed her life and allowed her to set up an affordable housing for people in her local community. No. And get big.
Say that again. She's using the money to pay for housing for the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's doing the Lord's work.
So does she like walk around to all of the people that she's housed and like, you got these to thank, honey. Enjoy your warm, cozy home because I paid for them with these.
Now, I mean, again, if this is true and she is using, I mean, I respect this more than probably 80% of people in the world. It's just like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that, but hey, I'm doing this thing. I'm taking my clothes off. I got these big old titties. I'm screwing over the tax man, and I'm going to help you guys pay for some housing around here. I mean, sure, go for it. Wave your big old fake titties around and help people out. I don't care. You're doing more than most of the people that are like, the government needs to take care of these homeless people, take all my tax money. No,
the government needs to rob me so somebody else can live because I don't know how to donate to charities.
Yeah, this woman's doing the opposite. She's robbing the government. Not really. She's keeping some of her money from the government. Not even that. I guess she's just putting all that money into new titties.
Yeah.
And then also
Mostly
helping
that.
her.
Yeah. Speaking of fake plastic things.
After all these years, I new body.
Rita Repulsa?
And she found a new body, and she wrote it off for tax purposes. I gotta make this make sense somehow. It has to flow.
B.
It's time for revenge.
Wow, the graphics are just as bad.
Yeah, it's like, did they do this? Did they make it look bad to make it feel like to make it feel nostalgic, or did they make it look bad because they were like, you know what, we can bank off the nostalgia and spend like $1,000 on this entire movie because none of these people are like A-list celebrities anymore, and we don't have to actually try.
And celebrities, nobody would recognize them anymore.
Yeah, did they just drag out the old puppets and repurpose them? Because it's interesting.
Probably.
She killed Mom. We gotta destroy her.
This is Ranger business, okay?
Let us sort this out. Rita's creating a time portal.
I'll kill you before Zorda makes you.
Is that? I didn't watch the original that much, but this guy on the left, white dude, who just looks like a confused, old, disheveled man in every shot, and he's like it seems to be a main guy in this movie.
Zorda makes you Rangers.
We gotta make sure Rita doesn't hurt anybody else.
Attention, Power Rangers!
What?
It's like they're trying to bring back Mark Hamill in Star Wars, or what's his name from Karate Kid. It's like we're gonna bring back this guy that everybody's gonna love, and he's gonna be old, and they're gonna be like, oh, this old version of this guy. It's just like some old dude that nobody cares about, and they're like making the story around him like he's freaking Danny LaRusso.
It feels a little forced, yeah.
Assign stations now.
Once a ranger,
Always a ranger.
It's morphin' time.
All right, you get the point. It's morphin' time. Just
I still don't know what that means.
good on them for getting a paycheck, but wow, it's not doing it for me.
Power Rangers movie about 10 years ago that like was actually like
with Bryan Cranston as Zordon.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure it was. But I didn't watch it, but I do remember that.
It was like at least up to modern technology, and now they're like, you know what? People just want the original back. They in all of its horrendousness. Like
I don't know if they even thought like everybody wants the original back. I think they just thought, hey, we need something. What could we possibly get that won't cost us anything to make?
Well, the thing is, people like our age would go back to watch the old one with their kids and like have a chuckle at it and just like kind of live in the nostalgia of it. But are any of them saying we need to do that now?
Right. I don't like if I was a big fan of the original, I would watch this for a laugh, but I don't even recognize most of these people, like, because I didn't watch it that closely. I saw like a movie or two. But yeah, this doesn't do anything for me. If it does something for somebody out there, then good on them. But this feels like a parody. It feels like an SNL sketch making fun of old Power Rangers.
To tie things together, Snake Jones says, didn't the original Blue Ranger do porn? I'm pretty sure. I was going to say that too. I am pretty sure.
He got all the tax write-offs.
That old crusty dude that we were talking about has probably all the tax write-offs.
Oh, dear. Now we know what Craig's doing as soon as we're done with this.
Obviously. I mean, there's at least one of the original Power Rangers that went to jail, went to prison because he like went to buy a yacht from somebody. And then, he said he was going to buy a yacht, but then he like...
Do you start punching him?
No.
Going, hiya?
He tied them to an anchor and drowned them.
Oh, well, there's that. It's not a typical classic Power Rangers move, but it is an effective one, I'm sure.
I mean, we are living in the days where Batman can kill people, so...
why not Power Rangers in real life?
The Snyderverse made this a real thing, so we can drown the people on anchors now too.
Now the guy who tied his enemies to an anchor and drowned them did he at least like dress them up in the big rubber costumes of the bad guys on Power Rangers so that he could be like, no, I just snapped. They were coming at me, bro. I had to do something. I didn't have a choice.
Plot twist: the big rubber suits
He had PTSD.
caused them to float even with the anchor, so they survived because of their big rubber suits.
And that's like the cliffhanger ending of this Power Rangers movie. They just float back to the surface. It's like, to be continued. Yeah. Next one's called Anchorman's Revenge. Muddy Waters Media says, ha 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 ha. On IMDb, all the characters have names except Walter Jones, who is known as the Black Ranger.
I mean,
who is known as Nizzle Ranger. Let's tie this all back together.
Is it?
What up, my Ranger?
Are they going to get shit for the black guy being the Black Ranger, the Chinese person being the Yellow Ranger? Are we going to get shit for this?
Right, the pink one being the Lady Ranger. Yeah, and the main one being the White Ranger back in the day. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing, but seems a little problematic for today's day and age. Maybe that's why they killed off the White Ranger before this movie.
Probably. That's probably it.
Yeah.
For Shizzle.
Yep. Well,
that's it.
That's that. Anything else?
You can find all the things I do at.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
You can go to my website, breakthebellpod.com, and find all of the things that I do. And it's the Break the Bell podcast. It's a podcast that I do. And it's like literally all that I do is the Break the Bell podcast at breakthebellpod.com, or find me on all my social media handles at Break the Bell Pod. Holy shit. Holy shizzle. I can't talk right now. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook at Break the Bell Pod.
Nice. And you can find me. Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was messing with my background. You can find me at the things that have my name in them, like thesystemisdown.tv and at TSIDpod. Wait, what am I doing? Why isn't this switching? At TSIDpod, and my scenes aren't going to switch today. Oh, now I'm here and Craig's gone. This is going great. Let's leave before this gets worse. Craig, this has been 2 Scoops.
For Shizzle. My Nizzle.
This has been 2 Scoops Morning News every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. Central or whenever we feel like it. Until next time, hang in there, America.